Hey yo, this is another episode of the Steven from the Old Time Podcast. Listen to my dad, he's awesome.
Welcome to a new episode of Steven from the All Time Podcast. I am your host, the Ayatollah of Hip Hop, the whole damn show, the rated R podcaster, a visionary, a revolutionary, and the voice of the voiceless. And guess who's back tonight? Fresh from getting fired and let go. My co-host, my favorite co-host. Sorry, Trap. Sorry, Derek. He hasn't been here in a long time.
Wow.
Let me just, express my gratitude to you because you've been putting in so much work for the podcast that you have horrendous time management and you cannot take an hour out of your day to be part of the podcast. Milenko, how are you?
I'm good, and you. It's not that it's horrendous time management. It's just if I put all my time on this, so I never really left. I'm always there anyways. So
Milenko.
it was good episodes. It was good episodes. I edited all. It was really good episodes.
But I've known you for years. I've worked with you for years, and you don't have any good time management.
No, I don't. I'm all over the place all the time. So
But
I'm not gonna lie to you.
But you're back, and you're our favorite French Canadian.
Yeah, the favorite French Canadian is here. I'm rocking the blue and black, the Montreal, CF Montreal, Impact Montreal jersey. They're playing tomorrow for the playoff spot. Let's do it.
That's why we're recording on a Monday. So I get to miss Monday Night Raw so you can watch the Impact. You see all the sacrifices I do for you?
Yeah, I'm probably going to go to the stadium tomorrow. I'm trying to
really?
Going to go alone, solo dolo.
What's their record?
Well, the record, I don't know the record, but they have 41 points, so they're in ninth place, and they need to play against Atlanta United, and if they win that, they go into playoffs, and if they go into playoff, they play against Inter Miami, my Lionel Messi team. So it's gonna be the best out of three.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah. So that's big money.
Impact's doing well. The Chicago Bears are doing well.
Yeah.
Ish.
Yep.
Caleb Williams is coming into his NFL player mode. And the Montreal Canadiens are still full of shit, right?
Well, yeah, Montreal Canadiens. I don't want to talk about it right now, but I still have hope. Yeah.
Okay, let's get into it because there's a fuck ton of shit. You haven't been on for a while. How insane has this last quarter or whatever you want to call it, I don't even know if we're in the third or the fourth, of music has been coming out to the point where I don't know what I'm doing, which direction I'm going on. It's crazy.
It's sick. I mean, I miss those great albums. That Pro Dillinger album was insane. That Rome Street album was insane. That episode was really good. Shout out to Trap. But man, it's been all over the place, and we still getting more, and we're gonna get even better.
It's like I'm thinking, like, you just brought something to my mind now. Before you're like, oh, we're gonna talk about what's coming out, and then I was like, there's nothing really mentioned, but you just said it, and there is fucking things that just popped into my brain. Tyler,
that's huge.
Absol.
I can't wait. I cannot wait.
Like, this year is just ridiculous. We keep mentioning it.
They were supposed to have A$AP Rocky, but he pushed it.
West Side Gun, still praying.
West Side Gun. I mean, there's so many. All that is gonna be all good episodes for us. So I'm enjoying it. This year list is gonna be insane. So tough.
Yeah, it's gonna probably be a 2 to 3 hour episode that we're gonna have to do.
No choice.
But artists are also releasing albums on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, Mondays. Mm-hmm. It's not strictly for the Fridays anymore. People like October 18th, which was it Friday? Was it Saturday? UFO Thief came out with Painting Houses 2 with Spanish Ran.
Yeah, I listened to that.
Like, fuck, I didn't know this was coming out. It just came out.
Really good. Really good. I listened to it once on one time, but I listened to it. Really good. I love Spanish Ran.
Oh, his production is just
I love it.
flawless.
Mm-hmm.
Flawless production. I continue to listen to the Big Trip and Jamil Honestly Filthy too, and I messaged Jamil and I told him this is some of your best production that you've put out, and usually number twos don't really hold up to number ones in albums, but this is a great continuation. And I love how he puts his beats together, man. It sounds like 2003, 2004. uh it's just fuck, we could talk so much all day about these albums that are coming out. um but yeah, what else came out?
I mean, a couple singles. So you talked about Tyler. Tyler came out with a single that I'm not gonna listen to it. I'm not gonna listen to it, but I saw the image and the new character and new universe that he's coming with. I think Tyler is gonna be that guy. He's an artist, man. He's an artist, so I cannot wait. That's why I don't want to listen to the song. I just want to hear it on the first time. And
Is it hip hop? Do you think it's going to be hip hop, or you think it's
I
going to be something different?
I think he's still gonna rap. I don't think he's gonna do the full transition. I told you on this podcast long time ago. I think Tyler's gonna be greater than Kanye West. He's gonna be greater than Kanye West. I
I
think
hope.
they're gonna do the inverse. How Kanye rose to fame and made everything good at the beginning, and now is on his demise. Sadly, but it is true. I think Tyler is gonna be. He did the worst at the beginning, and he's just gonna get better and better. I think in the future he's gonna produce probably one of the best albums ever. Not maybe not for him, but I think he's gonna make movies. I mean, I think he has a movie already on in the works. He scored movies. He has his own line collection of clothing. Everything he did is better than Kanye. So I don't know. I think he's gonna be one of the pillars of hip hop for sure.
I like what he does. I think he's also grown into a man, and more mature and more of an adult to what he used to be. Because remember when he came out, he was just all over the place.
Well, he was a kid. He was a kid. So
Which is true. He was young, but he's learned and appreciated his growth and where he is now and the love
mhm.
that he has for music. I really, really respect that.
And
So I can't wait to hear what this is.
he already pushed more artists than Kanye was successfully pushing. You get
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like he really gave career to a lot of people.
Yeah.
I think Kanye never really was successful at that. But
Festival. He has his own festival
yeah,
that he
it's
puts
like
on every
another level.
year.
But whatever. Another single that was surprise and exhibit with
Atrocious. It was just horrendous.
he released this super serious song, and it's on the McGregor label.
The fighter, the UFC fighter.
Yeah. Greenback Records, I think it's called. That's Conor McGregor label.
Play this at my funeral.
Play this at my funeral. That video was okay. The budget meant for that green screen. I mean, YouTubers get better green screen than that. But and talk about green screen, Ice Cube released a new song.
Another horrendous track.
It's not that bad. It's better than the exhibit. It's better than the exhibit.
All due respect to Ice Cube because he's a legend. All due respect to Exhibit because he's another legend. I understand they're doing this for fun and the music speaks for itself as it being fun, but it's just not good. People are gonna listen to it because they're Ice Cube fans, diehard Ice Cube fans, so they're gonna listen to it. They're gonna go to the show for it. And I respect it. I respect what they're doing. It's just we can't sit around and say it's good. It's not good. You know what I mean?
I mean, I like better the Ice Cube song. He made it. What's the name of the song? It's My Ego or something like that.
Yeah.
And I think it's way more fun than the exhibit. Exhibit came out super serious and super like mature, and I don't know, and it was a weird song. And
Not for
ASAP Ferg, A$AP Ferg came out with a single, and I listened to it
I didn't hear it.
because I told many times on the podcast. To me, A$AP Rocky is dead, and the song name is I thought you thought that I was dead, come back from the dead or something like that.
Is it good?
So no, it's okay. It's okay. I mean, but it's nothing special. I was way more excited for A$AP Rocky uh, album.
Oh,
That
so am I. So am I.
yeah.
I like the direction of A$AP Rocky's music as it's become more experimental.
I think he's really underrated, dog. I really think so.
A$AP
If
Rocky?
I'm honest with you, yeah.
I'll be the first to tell you that I'm a fan of A$AP Rocky's music.
I always thought he was super underrated because of all the extra stuff he done, but flow wise, lyrics wise, the way he calculates his albums, he's not afraid to try stuff. I've always, I mean, I think he's one of the best mainstream artists in a long time. I think so. I think he's really underrated for his rapping, and overrated for the rest. But his rapping is still A1. He's one of the only guys, mainstream guys, that would go on radio and rap off the dome, freestyle off the dome.
That's very true. And to your point of A$AP Rocky, is he one of the first, not one of the first, let me rephrase, is he one of the first known artists to really be from New York using the Southern hip hop sound that was noticeable,
Well, in the mainstream, I think so. Yes.
right?
Yeah, in
Like,
the mainstream, yes.
like before, well, at that time I was listening to just fucking underground hip hop, like
Mm-hmm.
only underground hip hop. And then when A$AP Rocky came out, I was just like, wait a minute, how is this guy from New York, but he sounds like he's from the South? And I think that's when I started to hear a lot more artists being from different regions and areas in the world sounding like, back in the day when we used to have the West Coast sound, the East Coast, the Midwest sound, like the South sound. We used to have
Mm-hmm.
all these different areas, and A$AP Rocky to me mentally was the guy that really kind of been like, oh wow, he's really using that sound, but he's from New York. I know he's not the first, but the first known one to
No.
start doing it.
Oh,
Right?
I agree. I agree with that. 100%.
Don't shoot me. I'm just saying what the fuck is on my brain. What else came out?
Hey, yo, the announcement, the biggest announcement I've been waiting for like 10 years. Muddy Waters 2 by Redman. It's finally out, guys. It's finally not out, but he announced it. The Instagram picture is there. Just by the cover, I'm nervous, but it's okay. I mean, he announced it. It's gonna be this year, I think, by the end of the year, maybe. And that's the most stressed I ever been for an album. I'm telling you, if this Muddy Waters 2 fails, I don't know. I don't know.
Let's just hope it's not 23 tracks and it's 14 to 15 songs with one or two skits. And just let's hope that he doesn't work with too many producers and has Ready Rock on every song.
I just hope, man, that he been listening to Method Man and everything he's been doing and with the people he's been linking up and goes in that direction. I don't think so. I highly doubt it. I don't think Derringer Production is gonna be on that album. But imagine a Derringer Muddy Waters beat. How could that sound?
It
I
would be
think
dark and
if he would bring like a DJ
grimy.
Muggs, like bring DJ Muggs, bring an Alchemist to this. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Or like a
Bring a
Harry.
Conductor Williams.
Oh, imagine a conductor on a Muddy Waters too, dude. That we should be executive producers on this. I think.
I
But
think
yeah,
I think me and you would probably be some of the best executive producers for albums. I'm being
Jesus.
straight serious with you.
Jesus, I don't even know how to structure a song.
No, I'll
Even
just be like, here,
that
you
would be
should work
tough.
with this person
Yeah.
and you should have 3 verses and that's it. And then it would just work. Like, remember Raekwon when he came out with Only Built for Cuban Links 2?
Yes.
I had no idea was how that was going to sound.
Mhm.
Okay? And it blew my mind. Pause.
Mhm.
Like, Only Built for Cuban Links 2 was really mind blowing. of how great of an album it was that sometimes when I listen to it, I find it better than the first one. But then I go back to the first one and I find it better,
Yeah.
obviously. But
Mhm.
what Raekwon did on that album and how he was able to recreate something, but not really recreate it, but really actually do a part two beats wise. He didn't really try and do the same thing. He
No.
went in there differently with different producers and really laid out like a almost near perfect produced and fully built album.
Yeah, man.
And I think
I,
Redman could do it if he just does it the right way and he has the right people around him. Like imagine just Eric Sermon producing the whole thing.
yeah, but Eric Sermon, no disrespect, but what's the last Eric Sermon production you hear? You were like, oh, that's like nobody goes to Eric Sermon anymore. I don't think he. I mean, let's see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll be here to. I'll be here, and we're gonna do a full episode on that CD, and that's all on
And then
that
we'll be
album.
able to give our top 5 Redman albums.
You might see, dude. You might see me cry on podcast, on video, if it's bad. If it's bad or good, I get emotional for this shit. So I might fucking cry on that episode. Let's see.
Last single before we get into the albums we're going to be reviewing. The Nicholas Craven Stove God Cooks Ransom 2 minute and 4 second song.
Oof, it's so short. It's so short, but the way Stove got rhymed on that, man, right next to Ransom was crazy.
2 verses and
Yep.
2 minutes and
Mm-hmm.
4 seconds. I I really enjoyed the song. I'll be honest. I'll sit here and say I really, really enjoyed the song. But why the fuck are you giving me 2 minutes and 4 seconds of two artists that we like appreciate and hold at a high standard? Why couldn't we just have verse, hook, verse, hook? Why can't we couldn't have just done that? Or Ransom starting off the song, Stove God, okay, no hook, and then Ransom and Stove God going back and forth. Why am I getting 2 minute songs?
They were not together. They probably weren't together, and uh, you know how it is, man. So probably Nicholas have the beat, Ransom rapped on it, throw it to Stove God. That's it. Mix
But
and master it. That's it. It's done.
but was the beat like? Couldn't we get a bit more? Couldn't we have asked for a bit more? At that point, put a third person on there and make the song longer, make the song more enjoyable, make the song more have more longevity to the song and more replay value because it
Mm-hmm.
loses the replay value when there's not like I press play in the song, I'm backing out of my driveway, and as I get up the street, the song is done.
Done. They could have put. They should have put like a Conway on it and put it on the album.
Fuck, they could have put me on it screaming the whole time. And if you've ever noticed Nicholas Craven beats, not a lot of them are long beats.
No, and Ransom never does really long songs either.
Not when he's with Nicholas Craven. Yeah, they have 3 minute
Mhm.
songs, 3 minutes 25 second songs, but like there's none that are really, really, really long. And they've put out so many projects together.
Yep.
But like if you look at some of their projects, their earlier projects, it's like what, 5, 6 songs, and it's like a 15-minute project.
Yeah, but
So
I mean, it's a good song. It's a
it
really good
is.
song. So
It is.
I
But give me
enjoyed it.
more.
Is there gonna be more? You think from this? Well, that's it. It's a Lucy.
It's a Lucy. Or
It's a
maybe it's
Lucy.
going to be Nicholas Craven, Nicholas, what's it called? Craven N4 or
Yeah,
Craven N5. I don't know what he's at, but I think it's the fourth one. So maybe it's going to be stuff like that,
maybe,
which is fine. But it
maybe.
just doesn't make me get invested in the project.
Yep.
But you know, a project I am invested in and that I have not stopped listening to consistently since it came out. And that's going to be our first review of the evening. I texted you and I said we had no choice but to review this album.
Yep.
Feed the Family, Zing Language. We make money and fuck bitches. Feed the family for life or go fuck yourself. If you ain't feeding your family, you're a piece of fucking
This-
shit.
I know. This album. It was my first listen to a Feed the Family project.
You know, I saw them at the EVA, their first show in Philly, opening up for Pro Dillinger
Mm.
Snotty and Mickey Diamond. And I had listened to their previous project before, maybe a couple of months before going to the show.
The self-titled one, yeah.
Yeah, but I really didn't get invested in them until I saw them live. And these guys live, like,
I
could
imagine.
could put on a fucking show.
Mhm.
It's four guys, okay? It's four guys who really have stage presence, really go back and forth and put on such a really interesting show. The sound is there, the voice is there, the chemistry is there, everything is there. These guys really know what they're doing.
Yeah, I mean, I could imagine it, for an introduction to them. I get why you would like that energy. I'm pretty sure them live is something for sure, for sure.
And just me, it's always about chemistry and how they could perform their live performance, and they just blew it out of the water.
Mm.
But yeah, let's get into it. 12 songs, 47 minutes. The cover. First of all, the cover art. We always like to put emphasis on cover arts. It's Amy Winehouse with a fucking needle in her mouth, and in the background, it's all sign language,
Yep.
which touches upon the ZING language, based on the language that they've created. Okay,
Mhm.
being from Boston, and its language coming from Boston. Also having to do, please correct me if I'm wrong, having to do with the Boston Celtics and having Porzingis on the team. Zing language.
Oh, I
I
get it.
could be
Yeah.
wrong, but it definitely has to do about that and the love that they have for basketball, the city of Boston. And like on their first album, there was they redid the cover, and they had a brick on the cover and players from the Boston Celtics.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, this cover is grimy. Amy Winehouse with the needle. You think M. Page put that needle in her mouth, or?
I just got it now. No, it's fuck. It's grimy as hell. If they could make a T-shirt with this on it, would be next level.
Did you
Next
see
level.
how much people were offended by the Amy Winehouse movie that they just came, the biopic?
There was a Amy Winehouse movie.
Yeah, horrendous movie, and people were mad because it was an horrendous movie and the actress didn't look like her at all. It was a horrendous biopic, so people were outraged, the fans. So be careful with that T-shirt that a fan might
I'll
jump at
wear
you.
it. I'll wear it to my kids' birthday parties, like I'll wear it to a funeral, like I'll wear it to my grandmother's house. Feed the family, Dundili, Shahi, Hanif, Top Hooter, and Bori Rock, Bori Rock, Bori Rock. Let's get into the fucking album, man. They start off with Untouched Bricks,
Mm-hmm.
the
I love that.
saxophone.
That saxophone is nice. It's a nice. I mean, a really nice beat. Great intro.
I love how the album doesn't start off raw or right in your face. It's really storytelling,
Mm-hmm.
street tales, but
Mm-hmm.
it's the way the beat just it starts to pick up slowly, 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 like you're watching a soap opera,
Mm-hmm.
and then the saxophone just starts playing, and they just start going off with the storytelling.
Yeah.
Just amazing way. Once again, I am a sucker for jazzy beats. Pause.
Yeah, the beat just slowly creeps in, so it's just a saxophone, and then the drums come in and stuff like it. And they're straight shooters. I'm not familiar with none of them. I had no idea who raps and what verses is from who, but you can hear clearly all the lines are out there, and like you can see clear the image that they're trying to put on. As at the get go for the first song.
And their punchlines are just amazing as well on here. I could
Yep.
sell a bike to a paraplegic.
Yeah, I know. I love that. Yeah, I love that one. I love that line.
Um, So then let's get on to the sampling on here and the production by Tremendous, because this album is completely fully produced by Tremendous. Uh, he does such an amazing job of being able to blend all these different sounds with
Mm-hmm.
so much sampling. Like a lot of these tracks are have trap beats in it,
Yep.
and how he's able to have samples within the trap beat
Mm-hmm.
is just, it's kind of unheard of. He's able to put this at this level, and having these guys all rap differently, okay, and have their own tone of voice on here is just really well put together.
Yeah, I use a sample bass and with the some trap drums a bit. Yeah, the
Yeah,
808s.
like the Spanish singing. I don't know if it's Spanish or Italian. I don't hear it clearly. On March 4th, which is my favorite song on the fucking album.
Yeah, yeah, I love
Um,
that song.
Oye Lick,
Oh yeah,
with
lick.
the sample of the humming, with the trap beat, the trap drums, and with the Michael Jackson sample,
Yeah,
and you hear
dude,
that big bass.
those beats are really surprising. I again, it was my first listen, so at first, it was my first introduction. My first listen. Sorry, I didn't get much into the album, but it grew on me as much as I listened to it, and like the beats is something that really I was like, oh, this is different. This is kind of different. Like March 4th, it's a it's a very distinct beat,
Mm-hmm.
very distinct beat, because you get those, it's really atmospheric, but you still get those drums, you get those 808s out there in the back with the with the violence. That's something that is pretty, it stands out, it stands out on its own. And I don't know if you want to go on there right away, but state trace, that's my
Oh,
favorite. Dude, when I listen to that, I'm like, that's Joe Santana and Jim Jones all over the place. If Dipset would have done a song like that, and it would have been just a hook, and like it's like Cameron, old school like Cameron, this stuff. No,
but to your point on that is that they were from Harlem. They had their own language, their own
mm.
style. They created such a unique style that is, again, it's used to this day, right?
Yeah,
If you look at Feed the Family, they're heavily influenced by that Dipset diplomatic sound. But what they do great is they've created their own language, the
mm-hmm.
Boston language. They use so much dialect, different dialogue and language, and we're learning from it. Like I learned from Dipset for years. Like I used to listen to Dipset and I learned their form of language and how they would speak, and we use it to this day. Feed the Family is doing the same thing with ZING language and the way they speak and the way they're able to express themselves on a song. Like these are street tales and storytelling of drug dealing, and they bring you into their own world. You know what I mean? It's kind of like Gotham City and Batman. You know what I mean? Like there's always that image of Batman and Gotham City. Whatever movie you watch of Batman, there's that Gotham City imagery.
Mm-hmm.
They do the same thing with their music. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? Like it's
Yep.
that cold. I'm gonna wear a North Face Nupsy. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
Boston. It's cold in the winter.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, and the way that the sounds were tremendous on the beat, and how he's able to bring those sounds in and create that imagery from Boston and all these different artists and what they do and how they tell their stories of the street tales and the underground, and just them being a family and how unique their family is to this culture.
Yeah. Oh, for sure, man. I enjoyed this album. I really did. I really did it, and it really creeped on me slowly, but I understand it now, and it just gave me that nostalgia of like, dude, if I was back then listening to this, it just put me back in those dude, I was right in my friends fucking on the Civic, two doors. We had like fucking 50 gift cards in the trunk, Tim Horton gift cards that you can pay gas with. You can pay gas with it. We buy them for $50, but there was like 150 in them, and you needed to pay gas, right? You swipe it to pay the gas, but you needed to get the fuck out of there right away.
Wait, so you had Tim
and
Horton
this,
gift cards?
and they were filled with real money, so you could pay anything with those. But you
You
needed to
still
do it
have?
quick. No, I still don't have. That guy got caught like a motherfucker. But yeah, those and like, dude, we used to do the long travel because you know how in Gaspésie and all those places, drugs are more expensive.
Yes.
Oh, dude, so you used to go to the north and sell over there, so you were fucking insane, bro. And that Civic in the cold fucking winter, dude, it put me right back in it. If I was listening to this shit back then, dude, with the blasters in the back, forget about it. We wouldn't been crazy. So that the nostalgia of what this album brought to me, it remind me of that.
And the shit that they say on here, and those one-liners.
Yeah.
I gotta charge you double if I gotta help you find your vein.
Yeah. That's a nasty one. That's a
Um,
nasty
I
one.
was selling clay in the second grade.
In the second grade, yeah, all those perk lines, all those perkies, bro. Calm down on the perkies, dude. That scares the fuck out of me, though. But
Um, but yeah, the keys on favorite Zing, another great track, another standout track. March 4th, talking about how they all met. How Tremendous is one of their cousins. If I'm not mistaken, it's Bori Rock's cousin.
yeah,
We Ain't Scammers, We're Drug Dealers. Sheep's in Wolf's Clothing, another heavy sampled track.
yep.
And it ends with Feed the Family Forever,
One of
with
my
the,
favorites,
with the chick singing on it. Sounds
dude.
like 2002.
Yeah, and you know who was that sample? That reminds you of a song that sample. It got sampled a couple times, but there's one song, intro song that I enjoy that use the same sample. I love that. It's Knowledge the Pirate. The intro on Flintlock is this song.
Oh yeah.
Is the same sample. Yeah. It's
Fuck, I'm gonna go play them back to back.
Roots of a Thug. Roots of a Thug.
That was
That's
a fuck.
it.
How good was that album? The first time I heard it.
Flintlock is one of my underrated underground album, man. Oof, that album is good. But yeah, it's the same sample. So when I heard it, and it fits so well with it's a great ender with the minimalistic drums and the hook in there, and that sample is just magic. So
You know who would really like this music?
who?
Just Blaze.
Just
Just
Blaze.
Blaze would fucking listen to this and he would love it.
Just Blaze. Yeah, you will love this. 100%.
Because just the influence that like that this album is, and how it's, I love when it could recreate a sound and put it in their own way. This is what these guys did, man. Seriously. Like
Yep.
this album is heavy rotation for me. I don't even want to take it off. Like if I'm going back and forth with this and the Pro Dillinger nonstop, and then I'll throw in a Ka album in there. But like this album is just like, I just love how well produced it is and how well put together it is, man. And do you know how difficult it is to have four guys on an album?
And that's another thing. And
Without
the energy they bring in, like every line is shouted. There's a dude that just shouts all this line, their energy.
the
He's
ad
yelling
libs,
at
man.
he's yelling at you, bro.
Milenko live, they were all doing their ad libs,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
passing the mic because there was a mic issue.
Yeah.
Like they were doing such a great job at it. It's like like it shows when guys are together a lot and hang out a lot, and how well that is for when you put an album and a project and a live performance together. This is what you get.
Yep. 110%, man. 110%.
By the way, how amazing is the Fiend Danny on it?
Oh, yo, and I forgot to talk about the skits are not too long,
Nope.
are not too short. It's perfect. It's like it makes you, it gets you to the point. In between songs, there's no fully like skit. It's perfect. There's
he just
no
wants
3 minute skit. It's perfect.
he
It's perfect.
he just wants the drugs, and he wants his drugs.
Like, that's
End
it.
of story.
Yeah.
Fucking great album. Really great album. I don't even want to score it because it's just so goddamn good.
I like it a lot. I like it a lot. The only thing for me, it's is the usual. I think some of the mixing, it's some songs sound louder than than others. Some, if I'm not favorite Zing is a bit the vocals are a bit buried from the beat.
Could be the
So,
beat because of
and,
the way the beats put together.
I think it's on banner 18, if I'm not mistaken. The vocals are louder, so it's just basically small stuff around, but it's not a killer. It's not an album killer at all, at all. I'll give it a score. I'll give it a 7.5 out of 10,
Oh,
easily,
really?
easily. Yeah, great.
You don't want to know what I'm giving it.
What you giving it?
I'm giving it a solid nueve.
9 Club.
I look, you know me, okay?
Yes, I know. Yeah,
You know me. You
yeah,
know what I like in hip
yeah,
hop.
yeah.
Like an album like this hasn't been done in a very long time. Very
Mm,
long time.
mhm.
And to what the first album, their self-titled was, and how they are now is just amazing growth in them as MCs, them as artists. I just love seeing it, and they have a connection. Being from Boston, being together, there's that energy that they put together. It makes so much sense. So
Yep,
much sense.
I
Please,
totally agree. Totally agree.
please put out merch.
And feed
Uh,
the family. If you don't feed the family, you're a sucker.
you're a
That's all.
piece of fucking shit. I just want to say March 4th. Oh, Bird Bath. We forgot to talk about with
Oh,
Millie's.
yeah, great song. Great song.
Oye, Oye Lick. Okay, yeah, this Golden Gun.
Yeah, bro. I mean, I like the for me, Golden Gun is not much of a highlight. That song, it's okay. Favorite Zing, it's okay. Color Carolina, okay for me as well. But the other one is stellar. I mean, Wayne's Cameras, I fucking love that song as well. So
It's it's the soap opera for drug dealing. Love it. The beats, man.
110%. If I was, dude, I can imagine what I would do if I had an AK-47 in a car with this song, with this album. I
I
would
just
shoot
want
everywhere.
I just want to sell drugs. To be honest, that's all I want to do. Is I really just want to sell drugs, maybe just for a month. See what happens.
I'm kidding, by the way. Bro.
You're a bullshitter. You're not kidding. Let's get on to the next album because a perfect fucking transition to the next album. You could see the hoodie. You could see the CD behind him. We thought of the same thing
It's
at the
true.
same time.
It's true, dude. I didn't even make. Yeah, it's true.
What's the next album? Kick it off.
We have the 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 duo reunited. They say they're the best duo, going back and forth since Kiss and Style P. So let's see. Benny the Butcher, 38 Spesh, stabbed and shot 2.
El Carnicero and
El
38.
38, El Carnicero. It's 16 songs,
Mm-hmm.
44 minutes. And this is the continuation
Of
of
Stabbed and Shot 1.
Stab and Shot 1 that came out in 2018, if I'm not mistaken.
Do you remember when that came out?
Dude, quick. I'm not going to say much about the first one because I think everybody knows the first one. But Stab and Shot 1 is probably one of top Griselda, Black Soprano albums.
Trust.
Right? It's one of the best. It's a classic. There's so many good songs on there. Paper Trail, come on now. So
When I listened to Stabbed and Shot 1 for the first time, and then I really got into it, I was at a point where I was just like, you could really make music like this again? No?
and they did it.
Like, throughout that whole Stabbed and Shot 1, did I never not get a goosebump listening to it? Did I never get, like, it felt eerie listening to that, and those tales or those stories, those real life events that took place that they're telling us.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's real life event
Yeah.
that they're
Off
talking
100.
to us about, explaining to us about.
Yeah.
So let's
100%.
so let's get into stab the shot dos.
So I start with the intro, still better, and I think the intro is perfect. I mean, to show the chemistry, they just talking and it's quick. It's 30 seconds, but the way they're talking about why they took so long and the evolution, and they both say steal at the same time. I don't think that was something
It
they
was a phone
planned
call.
for.
It was a
Yeah,
phone call.
that's for sure they didn't plan it. And then we go to the 1st of April.
Love.
That bass line is smooth, is dreamy like, and I mean the lines, because you got classic Benny. We talked about it a million times. He hasn't lost it since last release. He's still the same. The rhymes are on point, and 38 Spesh always had that special flow. His signature flow. He's someone who you can recreate. The way he hangs on all the is it seems like all his lines are short, and the way he hooks every word is like he's rhyming every 2 words together. How his bars are short and stuff. You get what I'm saying?
And 38 Spesh is so straightforward in how he says things, and it makes you think. It's like, wow, it's here. I'm gonna say it like this, and as cheesy as could be, what he's saying is real.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's telling you real stuff.
Oh
like
yeah,
there's no way around it. It is what it is.
and they talk about it on the one of those kids. They say it like, dude, we come from the same place, from violence, from drugs, prison, and they have probably much the same history. So when they tell things, they really live those. But the bar is the level of it, and I think they're a great combination because Benny brings you the hard hidden lines, and 38 Special always have those like funny lines. They make you smirk. So man, throughout this album, he has so much good lines that made me laugh.
Oh
like,
man,
he doesn't know who sold more chicken, him or church. Like, I love those.
Yeah, or like when he says y'all slightly above average, like the Tennessee Titans.
Yeah,
Fuck
yeah,
the Tennessee Titans.
dude.
Go.
I was so happy he didn't say the Chicago Bears, bro, because the Chicago Bears could have been in there.
Or above
but the
average.
Yeah, but the Tennessee, yeah, is a great example.
I have it on my phone because there's no way I could remember all this. But one of my favorite is in the next song, High Stakes. One of my favorite lines. I meet a bitch, then make her drive or make her fly with bricks, and tell her hit me when you stabilize. Them the hoes that'll take a ride. That's why I barely date outside of my race like an Asian,
Asian
guy.
Yeah, yeah, that's a funny ass line, dude. I mean, he brings that throughout the album. Throughout the album, he has those funny ass lines. And Benny, my favorite verse of Benny on this. Let me see it. I have it in my notes here somewhere. But is that second verse on he has a second verse on which one? On on Center Stage, bro. That second verse is nasty. Nasty. I think that's the one he's talking about. Like, you need to aim like a sniper just above
Yes.
the. Oh man, you need to aim. Oh, I love that line, dude. There's so many great lines on here.
You know what I noticed about these two? They're two of the best storytellers that give us so much explanation about a certain scenario with so much detail.
Yeah, with like 4 bars. They do that.
But there's so much detail in what they're presenting to us. It makes us be like we're with them. Like when I listen to them, I feel like I'm with them. Like if it's on a car ride or he's talking about like the verse I just said, it makes me feel like I'm there, present with them. That's what they're able to display for us.
Yeah, I love this. You get from the beats, you get every direction, and like anything you want from a Griselda project, pretty much from a Benny. And and 38 Spesh. You get the dreamy, more like subdue songs. You get really glorious street anthems. You
Harry
get like
Fraud.
you get the
Uh,
really sinister beats.
what's the song? Harry Fraud gave them an anthem uh, on here. Like a real big anthem with some of the first. This is one of the first beats I hear Harry Fraud have this much of,
Center
like,
stage, center stage,
with the
and a
drums
bad
and the
guy.
big, and yeah, yes, with the drums and the big bass. Harry Fraud never really produces songs like that.
Yeah, he did a great job on this. Bad guy is more like their guitar riff and everything, but
Mm-hmm.
center stage for me is one of the highlights of the with the soul chop and the big drums. It's something that he did at the beginning, really.
A lot of I don't know if it's Vidon or it's Harry Fraud, but there's a lot of horns
Yes,
on the songs.
I think that's a Vidon. You get Derringer on Internal Affairs as well. That's a dark as beat.
With OT
But
the Real, with that fucking voice like he just smokes 2 packs of cigarettes a day
yeah,
and is completely losing his voice.
dude, his voice is yeah like a bag of rocks. Dog is
Sounds like
fucking.
Clint Eastwood, a mixture of Clint Eastwood and Kane when Kane started talking with the thing.
Yeah, it's straight up. But he fits the song so well.
Thoughts on the song with Busta Rhymes?
Oof. I mean, dude, that sample and that's another sample, and that sample, I always it always remind me of two songs, because there's two legendary songs with that sample. Ka, use it on Honor, Kill the
Kill the
Samurai.
Samurai.
The song is the cold and the lonely, but
Oof.
the sample is tougher to hear on that. But the one, I think that's for any English speaker, they're never gonna know this, but I am is like the Wu Tang for every
For
francophone.
France.
Yeah,
And
for France
France.
and from
And
Quebec
Europe.
as well, because we were really inspired back then from I am, and they did a song with Method Man Redman. That's a fucking banger. But I am used it, and Micro d'argent. That's like the
That's the one with the tiger, no?
yeah, no, the one before, the one with the samurais and the
Oh
fucking
yes.
like the army type thing with the yeah. I am un son brut pour les truands. That fucking, and when I heard that sample, I love that sample. But uh, dude, Busta Rhymes, man, he starts in with his vocal first, and then the beat
Yep.
drops. I love that. I love that. And he killed it. He killed it.
Busta Rhymes on production like this, and when he's with artists like this, I don't know if you've ever noticed, he always steps it up a notch.
He has no choice.
To be like, I'm the creator of a lot of this type of stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm able to do this
Yep.
still to this day. Instead,
Yep.
when he comes out with this horrendous last album that he came out with,
I
but
mean,
anyways,
I mean, all the features. El Camino on the last song, his voice. El Camino
on
on
Power.
Muddy. I would put him on Muddy Waters too. You see, to sing a hook.
Well, when he
Ransom.
sings like this, when he sings,
Oh, he's so good for the hooks. He's so good. Ransom.
oh
Ransom
yes, the
did his
Ransom
thing.
song, yeah, and I
Ooh.
love how Benny flourishes on that song.
Yep.
Benny has the best verse on that song. Benny's hungry on that song because he knows he has to go up against a Ransom on here.
Yeah. Can't wait. Take notes. We have Dave East.
Finally shows up on a song normally, right?
He finally shows up. He
I'm-
got arrested with 3 pills on it, like he was Tyreek Hill before going to the game, like Tyreek Hill. That made me laugh.
but
He did
finally,
his thing. He did his thing.
but finally, Dave East shows up on the songs because every time he's on a featuring, he raps with the same exact flow like he's on a trap beat. Enough.
Mm-hmm.
And enough coming out with albums that sound like that. Enough. We don't want to hear that. We want to hear you rapping.
Yeah, you did good. You did really good. All of the features did their thing.
I love how on here it's different than the first Stabbed and Shot where it was that real grimy, I'm gonna stab you in the alleyway style music,
Hmm.
and more here is where they still have the same subject matters, but
Yeah,
there's also a lot of come up in the hip hop world in
yeah,
here,
yeah.
and Benny talking about the only one having a brick Pyrex and a Emmy,
Hmm.
like he's
Hmm.
talking more of in today, like where he is now in this present time, and going through not the fame, but like different than what he used to have to be with and what he used to be doing, as to where he always used to speak about the past, he speaks about the present.
Yeah, and him acting a lot. He
Yeah.
like he loves bringing back to the movie and him acting and getting that money from that. But that being said, you still get the cuts that
Yeah.
they're really menacing. Like who really the king? Like I love that.
Standout track for me. I love that track. I have it highlighted right here on my piece of paper. Who is really king?
Yeah, I mean, I'll say it. I think this is better than the first one.
It's different than the first one. There's a lot of different production on here.
I think they outdid the first one, and
They
that's
outdid it.
that's huge. That's huge.
I'm gonna give them that. They outdid it. There's a lot more songs also. They didn't go with the same featurings, and it's very enjoyable because they both still sound hungry on here. And they've been putting out music for a very long time. They've been together since 2009, before Benny got locked
Oh
up.
yeah, for sure, yeah, for a long time now.
Like they used to rap on trap beats, like actual trap beats, like what
Mhm.
Gucci Mane and Zaytoven used to produce style shit.
Yeah,
And I just like how 38 Spesh stands out a lot on this album, because we're hearing 38 Spesh on different produced songs. Yes, it's still dark and grimy, and it still has that hazy kind of sound. But just look on the songs like Jesus Arms with Busta Rhymes. The way 38 Spesh is able to be on point and on beat.
yeah, it's
Uh,
probably the best verse on that song.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even Coke Runs is a different style of beat where he's able to flourish on that as well.
Hmm.
Uh, Look, I'm impressed with this. I'm enjoying it. I like the productions by V Don, Darringer, Harry Fraud. Who else? Is it just them three that produced, or is there other producers on here?
I'm pretty sure there's more. Let me get a quick look over here, but
But just I the way they put the project together, and these guys, like they're not really wrong. They're I don't think they're the best in Styles P and Jadakiss, but they're in that category and they're in that conversation as one of the best tag teams in hip hop, for
yeah,
sure.
for
And
sure.
and right now, I'm I was more excited to hear a project from these two together than Benny and Conway, if they would come out with a project, because I don't know how that one would sound versus what this would sound.
There's actually a lot of producers. A lot of producers. Uh, from the one that we didn't talk, there's Chump, the producer, Ready Rock, Ascetic, um, Street Runner.
Oh, what Street Runners probably produced what's that trap beat style song on here that I really really enjoy?
Intent to Sell.
Yes.
Yep. So yeah, I mean, great album. I thought it was a great album, and from them to outdo the first one, tough, man. It's a classic, the first one, and this one is, I don't know, man. I think this is a great album from this year. Great album.
Yep. And
I didn't
Benny
expect that much. I really didn't expect that much. I thought they're gonna do a 10 song, 30-minute album. Honestly,
Benny's back in his pocket. Benny's back in that pocket.
he never left, dude. He never left.
I think he left once he did that Def Jam album. Sorry.
No,
I think
no,
you're the
no.
only one who thinks that. You and Trap, for some odd reason, really like that album, and I still can't get into it.
Yep. Yeah, I know.
And it's not like there is 4, 5, 6 tracks on there that I really enjoy. I just don't think it's the Hungry Benny. And
Yeah.
look, it's a Def Jam release.
I
That
mean,
probably
there was Summertime Butch. He was on it.
Yeah, but when we reviewed that, I said that I really liked that album.
Yeah, he was on it.
EP, whatever you want to call it. He
Yeah.
was on it. He was hungry. I think when there isn't a big machine behind you, then you could really do what you want to do. And look, it's okay. Benny had to come out with that album. It's fine. He
Yeah,
had
yeah,
to
you
come
have
out
to
with
do
it.
it.
Like Conway needed to come out with Won't He Do It, whatever the album is called. I can't fucking remember it because I wanted not to remember that album. Um, and to some people, uh, the West Side Gun project from last year, people don't like that. I enjoyed it. I think it was enjoyable. Is it my favorite project? No, but it's still an enjoyable thing. Does it have replay value? Depending my mood.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't want to hear Benny the Butcher and Snoop Dogg.
Mm. Yep.
So, but I like what they did with 38 Spesh. There's something there. Like these guys really know what they're doing.
What's your score
It's
on this?
it's authentic. That's my last note. It's authentic. I'm gonna give it a 7.5.
7.5. I give this 7.5. Huh? That's surprising. I'll give this a 8.5 out of 10.
Milenko with the
8.5
high
out of 10.
scores.
Almost a 9. Almost a 9. I truly enjoy back and forth. Really enjoy this album.
They're all enjoyable projects.
Yeah, great album. And was another release that we're gonna talk quickly about, but there was a Crime Apple release with the DJ Muggs and RLX, and it was actually really surprising. It's a really good album. Los Pollos Hermanos. That's the name of the album. Really enjoy it. I just gave it one listen, so we now reviewing this. You too, right? You just listened to it once.
I listened to it twice. I was in traffic for a long time, so I was able to give it a nice listen, and then I listened to it on release date in my headphones.
Los Pollos Hermanos, I mean, really good album. I was surprised. There's maybe a bit of a problem at the end with the consistency.
Consistency.
Consistency. And
Your favorite French Canadian.
consistency. Consistency. And other than that, man, a really good album. It's right in between for me, in between the Benny the Butcher and the Feed the Family.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, well,
I liked it. I
the
liked it.
levels. I mean, the levels is two different things, Steven, between a Feed the Family and a Crime Apple.
Yeah, it just DJ Muggs' production is always something that I could get into. Like that always stands out for me. And on this one, the production stood out more than the artists on this one for me.
No,
For the first two listens.
for his first two listen, yeah.
But I go into listening to music very differently than people. Like I'll go in and just listen to the artist rapping, then I'll go listen to just the production, and then I'll listen to it as a whole and see what it's able to give to me. And the production really, really stood out to me on this one.
Yep.
But I'll go back.
I'm gonna go back for sure. Two to the Chest is my highlight for now. Old school. DJ Muggs didn't give him like that dark DJ Muggs that I was expecting again. He changed it. He changed it a bit, and I'm really appreciating the album right now.
There's a lot more boom bap drums on this.
100%. 100%. Yep. That's it. Let's wrap up let's wrap it up.
Wrap it up. Yeah. There's a lot of shit coming out. There's a lot of shit that we're gonna be reviewing. We're taking a break on the wrestling because we've put out so much wrestling stuff. Speaking of wrestling, I gotta go watch wrestling. But once again, I just want to say rest in peace again to Ka. I know I spoke about it on the last episode, but I've been having a lot of conversations with people, a lot of friends. I've been sending Ka's music to a lot of people that listen to hip hop or listen to different hip hops because I want them to be able to enjoy the music as much as I've enjoyed it since he came out, since this music has been coming out. And I think, and I'm going to keep repeating myself till I'm blue in the face, there is something in Ka's music for everyone. Everyone on the planet Earth, whether you listen to hip hop, country, fucking classical music, whether you listen to wrestling music, whether you listen to blippy music, whether you listen to that shark song that my daughter listens to all the time. There's always something in for everybody in Ka's music, because he was able to express himself like only we hoped that we could express ourselves. And I just think he's one of the, and it sucks now that, you know, people have always been giving him his flowers, and it just sucks now that a lot more people are investing in his music. But it doesn't suck. It's a catch-22, because his music will always live on forever, and I am so happy that I'm able to put other people onto his music, and they're appreciating his music just as much as I appreciate, and that we've all appreciated his music, because he's done something to all of us, and his music will live on forever through us.
100%, 100%. And we did not review his last album, but we kind of did. We said, oh, we just talk about it quick because it was so heavy that we needed more listening. We end up talking about it for 30 minutes, but
It's true, huh?
but I mean, we didn't give it a score. I'll give it a score at the end of the year.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, to hear the last album when him passing away a couple months after, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's actually, we lost a special one, man. We really did.
He's a pillar in the culture we love, and I think he's probably one of the most important artists of the last 10 to 15 years.
Yeah, that's I always remember the first time I listened to Ka, it was because of Dead End Hip Hop, because BZ and Mike Seatown just were in love with Honor Kill a Samurai, and that's what the first time I listened to it.
Me was because of Rock Marciano.
Yeah.
And his music is just gonna flourish forever, and it's gonna live through us. And there's gonna be always that I learned something new from Ka every time you listen to his music. Every time you listen to his music. On that note, if you haven't already, please like and subscribe and like. We bring you nothing but the best in hip hop, rap, and wrestling, all combined in one. Milenko, it's good to have you back.
It was good. It was good.
You
feeling
good, huh? You feel better.
I feel good for those albums, and I was excited to talk about it. So can't wait to do more.
Yeah, we got something cooking for the next episode, so don't forget to tune in. We'll be back. And if you're not down with that, we got 2 words for you.
Like and subscribe. Feed the family, or you're a sucker, motherfucker.
Or you're a piece of fucking shit. If you don't feed your family, you're a piece of fucking shit.
Peace.
Take care. Peace.